If you're flying to Barcelona, this video will help you enjoy the city even more. I'll explain how the airport works, how to get to the city center, the cruise port, and even nearby cities. I'll also show you a trick that can literally save you from missing your flight, plus cultural tips and curiosities only a local would share. Barcelona Airport, officially called Josep Tarradellas, Barcelona-El Prat, is located about 15 kilometers from the city center. The first flights took place back in 1916, and since then it has grown into a modern airport with two main terminals. Terminal 1, the largest and most modern, handles most international and long-haul flights. Terminal 2 is older and mainly used by low-cost airlines. If you end up in the wrong terminal, don't worry, there's a free shuttle bus connecting both. There's talk of future expansion, but for now, this is what you'll find. Right in front of both terminals, you'll see official car parks managed by Aena. The best option is to book through the official Aena app, because if you do so, prices are much cheaper than paying directly. In fact, you can often get a rate of less than 10 euros per day. And if you're looking to save even more, there are several low-cost private parking companies nearby with shuttle service to the terminals. Another service worth mentioning are the VIP lounges. You can access them if you're flying business class with most airlines through certain membership programs, or you can simply pay at the entrance. The price is usually between 35 and 40 euros depending on the lounge. Inside, you'll find a comfortable place to wait for your flight, food and drinks included, and a calmer environment compared to the busy terminal outside. Now, how do you get from the airport to Barcelona? You've got several options. The L9 metro line connects both terminals with the city. Although it doesn't go directly to the center, you'll need to change lines. A single metro ticket from the airport costs about €5.50. The aerobus is an express bus that runs every few minutes, costs around €6.75, and takes you to Plaça Catalunya in about 35 minutes. The commuter train, line R2 North, leaves from Terminal 2, takes about 25 minutes, and costs under €5 to reach Sants, Passig de Gràcia, or Clot, which is very handy if your hotel is nearby. And of course, you can take a taxi, Uber, or Bolt. A taxi to the center has a fixed fare of about 30 to 35 euros, but here's an important warning. Recently, there have been quite a few cases of taxi drivers overcharging tourists. My advice is simple. Never get into a taxi if the driver isn't using the meter. With Uber, Cabify, or Bolt, the price is fixed from the start, so you know exactly what you'll pay. For cruise passengers, the most convenient option is to take a taxi or Uber directly to the cruise port. It takes around 25 minutes, and it's the easiest choice if you're carrying luggage. Remember at the beginning, I promised a trick that can save you from missing your flight? Here it is. One of the trickiest parts of Barcelona Airport is security control. According to some unofficial statistics, about 1% of travelers actually miss their flight here, mostly because of traffic or long queues at security. But here's the trick. Use the Air Shuttle Security Checkpoint. It's an official access point, always available for all passengers, and it's the same one used by flight crews. It usually has far shorter lines, so you'll get through security much faster. A small curiosity, Barcelona Airport grew significantly before the 1992 Olympic Games. The city needed a modern airport to welcome visitors from around the world, and many of the facilities you see today were expanded back then. Once you're in Barcelona, you'll probably want to explore. Of course, the Sagrada Familia is iconic, but there's much more to see. Wander around the narrow streets of the Gràcia neighborhood, explore local markets like La Boqueria or Sant Antoni, or head up to Montjuïc for stunning views of the city and the port. Yes, you can also visit Barceloneta Beach, but I recommend avoiding it in midsummer when it's overcrowded with tourists. By the way, if you want to know more about Barcelona's cruise port, I've got a full video about it on this channel. Don't miss it after this one. But remember, Catalonia is much more than just Barcelona. You'll find beaches, mountains, culture, and unique traditions. Girona is a beautiful medieval city with ancient walls, a Jewish quarter, and even filming locations from Game of Thrones. And you can get there in under an hour by high-speed train. Tarragona is famous for its Roman ruins and an amphitheater right by the sea, also connected by high-speed train. Cardona has an impressive castle and salt mines, a very authentic visit off the beaten path. And Andorra, a small country in the Pyrenees, is perfect for skiing in winter or tax-free shopping year-round. If you'd like me to make a full video about Girona or Tarragona, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to. Now let's go through some cultural and practical tips. First of all, forget about bullfights or Mexican hats. That's not Barcelona. Local traditions here include castellers, which are incredible human towers, and calçots, a type of spring onion eaten in a fun group ritual during winter. Another important tip: don't come to Barcelona in summer. It's too hot, it's overcrowded, and most locals actually leave the city for holidays. What you see then isn't the real Barcelona, just a city full of tourists and many closed shops. The best times to visit are spring and autumn. Also, be aware of local schedules. People here eat later than in many countries. Lunch is usually around 2 in the afternoon, and dinner starts around 9. And if you see a restaurant offering a menu, it usually includes a starter, a main course, dessert, and a drink, all for a fixed price. On weekdays, this usually costs between 15 and 18 euros, while on weekends or public holidays it can be around 25 euros. Higher prices normally come with either better quality or a prime location. About tipping, in Catalonia tips are not mandatory, and people usually don't leave them unless they were very satisfied with the service. If you decide to leave something, even just a couple of euros, it will always be appreciated, but it's never an obligation. And yes, people here speak Catalan. Everyone also speaks Spanish, and many speak English, but if you can say bon dia or gracias, you'll definitely get a smile. Finally, a practical warning: watch out for pickpockets, especially on the metro and in tourist areas like La Rambla. As a local, my advice is to visit Barcelona in spring or autumn. The weather is pleasant and the city isn't overcrowded. Wear comfortable shoes because Barcelona is best explored on foot. And if you're using the metro, avoid carrying very large suitcases. It's not practical and you'll struggle with space. If you'd like even more tips and recommendations, I've written a small guide about Barcelona that's available on Amazon. I created it to help visitors discover a more authentic side of the city, so feel free to check it out if you're interested. This video is here to help you experience Barcelona and Catalonia in a more genuine way, beyond typical mass tourism. To sum up, Barcelona Airport is modern and well-connected, getting to the city is easy, and Catalonia has much more to offer than you might expect. In this video, we've covered how to get from the airport to the city, the trick to skip long security lines, and some cultural tips to enjoy Barcelona and Catalonia like a local. If you'd like to learn more about cruise ports, airports, and travel destinations, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And now I'd like to ask you, where are you planning to fly or travel from Barcelona? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you.